Hello from the Green Yards and our first Borders Rugby Roundup of the season, where we'll recap on the day's events and see how our Borders clubs got on. And with the COVID-19 issue still very much with us, our main game in the Premiership was called off between Jed Forest and Selkirk, which left us with Hawick only representing the area, and they began their campaign at home against Curry. Watching this one for us, Graham Hogg.
This large Hawick crowd have been treated to an excellent first tenants Premiership showing of the season, with the young green side coming out the victors 25 points to 20 against the experienced Curry side from the city. Hawick got the scoring underway through Sean Fairbairn with an opportunist cheeky try through the middle of a ruck to score between the sticks at the YM end to make it an easy conversion for Hawick's fullback Kirkford. Ex-Gala player Gregor Hunter then got the away side on the score sheet with a penalty before they added a try of their own. Kirkford then kicked another penalty to get the green side back in front before a well-constructed, accurate crossfield kick by that man Hunter gave the Curry winger an opportunity to score in the corner, which he duly ta'en. Not to be outdone, Hawick's Ronan McKean showed a clean pair of heels and an excellent step to beat his opposite man to race down the touchline to score in the corner, carrying two Curry defenders over the line with them. An excellent try by the young winger to take the Greens in front at the break. In the second half, there was a little less scoring, but still plenty of action with both teams throwing everything at it in this first game of the year. But the Hawick side just showing that little bit extra control that's been missing in previous years to gain that little bit momentum. Hawick scored an excellent try with an excellent 2-on-1 by young Connor Sutherland to put Jay Linton in, the Hawick number 8, to score in the corner. Kirkford converting from the touchline to get the Greens crowd on the hill on their feet. It was a cagey affair towards the end of the second half, with both teams throwing everything at it still, and the Curry side getting a few penalties to get them on the front foot, but again that excellent defensive frame from Hawick pulled them out of it before the final score and the final penalty of the day from Kirkford, taking the score to Hawick 25, Curry 20.
Oh, Graham, what a result. I think it showed, obviously, there's been this build-up of a young team, but that was attitude and boys that wanted to play for the jersey, and I'm absolutely buzzing. Obviously a wee bit emotional at the end, but just the effort and determination to get that result, and it probably proves all they folk wrong that said we were maybe a young team and near the bottom of the table, and I've got a group of players in there that'll do something this season, and we just need to keep looking forward week on week. But if we pick performances like that, and we've no worries at all.
Outstanding performance, especially in defence. There was some great work there. Aaron Redpath outstanding in defence. One boy that stood out for me was Sutherland in the back row. As you've just mentioned to me there, a young boy coming off the conveyor belt. What can you say about him?
Look, Connor, we always knew there was someone there when he came down for the youth. They've done a great job with the bunch you've got this season, and Connor was outstanding. Made all his hits, worked off the ball, and he's got a bright future at only 18 to be playing 7 for Hawick, which it's a big role. And I'm absolutely buzzing for him and Sam, James Delaney, Rory Smith, all the boys that made the Premiership debut, and things are looking up down at Mansfield. So hopefully we can push on and get some more results under the belt.
Only 3 matches played in the Premiership, with Mar and Musselburgh both kicking off their campaigns with convincing home wins. So to Tennent's National 1, and we begin here at the Green Yards with Melrose taking on HERIOT'S. It's our featured commentary game tomorrow afternoon, but let's take a look at some of the best bits. Well, this was really a game of two halves, with HERIOT'S deservedly going into the break at half-time in front. But it was Melrose who scored early on with a try by Jake Fairley, converted by Struan Hutchison. Back came HERIOT'S with 2 tries in 2 minutes. First, Charlie Simpson going over the line, and then Oisin Quinn receiving the scoring pass off Simpson, with Graham Wilson converting. Wilson added a penalty after the break, and the Nails looked as if they were comfortable going on to maybe win the match, but Melrose dominated play from then on. Scrum half replacement Douglas Crawford came on and ran the show. This try from Lewis Mallon was engineered by Crawford, and then we saw a penalty try when Cameron Lenine interfered with this move. He got a yellow card for his troubles. Melrose got all 7 points. The bonus point try came right at the end when James Brown gave an inside pass to Donald Crawford, and Melrose were home and dry with all 5 points and a 26-15 win.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. I think particularly the way the game went and HERIOT'S getting on top early, just really proud. I think we stuck to the way we wanted to play, which is to move the ball around, play to the width, which I think you'll see in the highlights. And we didn't go into our shells, we did that, and we got there in the end, so absolutely delighted.
Also in National 1, Biggar posted a big win at home to Dundee High. Ayr edged out Highland on the road by a point. Boroughmuir beat Watsonians at Mireside 31-28, while at Cartha Queen's Park, Kelso did a lot better than their last visit to Dumbreck in 2019 when they lost, would you believe, 98 points to 3. Well, this time they scored a bonus point win with tries from Bruce McNeil, Dwayne Patterson and a couple from Billy McNeil. Reaction now from Director of Rugby of Kelso, Neil Hinnigan.
5-point bonus win. Nobody probably seen that coming. I think, but in the group we believed we could come up and get the result. We've had a good week of training and we've sort of built up to this game, first game of the season, to try and get off to a good start. We started off a little bit shaky. We were 3 points down, and then we started to get into the game and we built most of the pressure up to half time. A little bit sloppy in the line out, didn't get as many points as we should have. Half time we came out again and we gave away a couple of silly ones and we're 13-10 down. But from then on out, the players are absolutely outstanding. I think the fitness told at the end when we ran in 2 late tries to get the bonus point. Well deserved 5 points.
Also in National 1, Gala hosted Stirling and Robin Purdy was watching this one for us.
It's been a long time coming, but it was a fine afternoon at Netherdale for the season's opener between Gala and Stirling Wolves. And it was Gala who drew first blood with a Richard Todd try after 9 minutes, converted by Craig Dodds. Both teams then huffed and puffed for the next 20 minutes before Craig Dodds kicked a penalty after some good work by Tim McAvanagh for Gala. Then more good work by the wrecking ball McAvanagh resulted in a try for his centre partner Murray Wilson, which took the score to Gala 15, Stirling 0, and that's how it remained until half time. Into the second half, Stirling clawed a try back through their centre Ian Kay, converted by Johnny Hope. Then Jack Eason crashed over for Gala after some good work by the forwards on 66 minutes, Dodds adding the extras. Murray Wilson brought up the bonus point for Gala and his second of the afternoon on 69 minutes, Dodds again converting. Then the most popular score of the day came on 80 minutes, Stevie Cairns dummying and running over from 20 metres on his 200th game in the maroon jersey. So it's Gala who take the spoils with a solid victory here at Netherdale. It finished Gala 34, Stirling Wolves 7.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think obviously we were lucky. We were really pleased with a home game and we had a reasonable crowd in. But the main thing was after beating Peebles last week was to back it up with another win at home. So look, there was some good bits. There was some bits that we need to work on. But I think defensively we looked pretty good. And yeah, to get 4 tries is always a bonus, as it is a bonus point. But now look, we're happy with that. So.
International 2, and it's never easy going to Kirkcaldy, but that's what Peebles had to do despite losing some key players last week against Gala. Bill Poulsen reports from Beveridge Park.
Peebles came off second best at Beveridge Park in this National League Division 2 contest, which was full of late twists and turns. Peebles standoff Donald Anderson opened the scoring after 11 minutes with a penalty and kicked a second after 33 minutes, but it was Kirkcaldy who led 17-6 at half-time, thanks to tries by centre Craig Letham and flanker turned hooker Jack Denton, plus 2 conversions and a penalty by full-back Finlay Smith. 2 early second-half penalties by Smith extended the home lead, but around the hour mark, Peebles surged downfield and a spell of attack brought a try for centre Ewan Jackson, which Donald Anderson converted. Shortly after, Kirkcaldy received the first of 2 yellow cards, and Peebles took advantage of superior scrummaging to earn a penalty try. After a further period of pressure, Buster Davidson squeezed over in the right corner for an unconverted try, which put Peebles ahead. However, deep in injury time, Connor Littlejohn went over for a Kirkcaldy try, to which Smith added the extras, so it finished Kirkcaldy 30, Peebles 25.
No game for Duns in East League 1, but our 2 Borders clubs in the second division were in action, including Hoyt Lindeen, who hosted Leith in their first competitive match of their centenary season. Details now from Gary Alexander.
Hoyt Lindeen came out on top in a thrilling encounter with fellow centenarians Leith at the Volunteer Park. Standoff Ross Johnson put the visitors ahead with a penalty kick before Matthew Marlin broke free in the 22 to run to the line, and Lewis Stormott's conversion put the home team ahead. An Angus Weir touchdown had Leith back in front, but hooker Ryan Ali responded, picking up the scraps at the front of the line out to charge over. From the kick-off, the Lindeen spread the ball wide and brother Dylan Ali showed his blinding pace as he burnt off would-be tacklers from his own 22 to go under the post for an absolutely spectacular try. Stormont converted, but Leith hit back just before the half-time whistle with a Craig Smith touchdown at the corner, and Johnson's conversion left the Lindeen 19-15 ahead at the break. Johnson slotted 2 penalties to put Leith 21-19 ahead and seemingly securing a victory for the Edinburgh side. However, deep into the injury time, the Lundin ran a kick-a-ball penalty and were rewarded as Aidan Fairbairn plunged over for the match-winning bonus point try converted by Stormont. Final score, Hawick Lundin 26, Leith 21.
Quite happy with the result, obviously. I mean, it's not exactly the way we wanted to play it. It's sort of tired towards the second half and that. Leith were a good side. Obviously the 100th season, they've managed to create a squad to contest against the rest of them. But fair play to the boys that came on, picked up a few injuries. So the boys that slotted in no bother at all. A lot to work on for next week and all that, but obviously delighted with the result.
Langham started their 150th anniversary season in the capital at Inverleith, and Hugh Brown was there to see how they got on.
The first league match of Langham's 150th season ended with a victory by 28 points to 5 away to Inverleith. At the interval, the men from Milntown were 11-0 ahead thanks to a 27th minute penalty from their inspirational captain Nathan Smith, followed just minutes later by a well-worked try in the corner from number 6 Steve Nichol. Smith missed the conversion, but he was on target just before the break with a second sweetly struck penalty. In fact, it was really one-way traffic as the Edinburgh side didn't trouble the Langham try line during the entire first half. Skipper Smith showed his kicking skills again 9 minutes after the restart with another penalty, and then with 69 minutes gone, Daniel Grieve bundled the ball over the line under the posts, and with Smith successfully converting, it was 21-0 to the visitors. Try number 3 was chalked up by Chris Tate, and with the added conversion, it was now 28-0. However, despite Langham pushing for the bonus point, it was actually Inverleith who completed the scoring with a consolation try in the 80th minute. It was a typical opening league fixture, with both teams looking rusty, but Langham will be happy with the win, even if it wasn't a classic game of rugby. Final score, Inverleith 5, Langham 28.
Yeah, it's always good to come away from home first game and take the points back. So scrappy, very scrappy, but that was expected as well, only having the one pre-season game. So no, chuffed to bits with that.
How do you feel about being skipper in the club's 150th season?
It means everything. It's all I've wanted since I was 10-year-old. 10-year-old is the first time I went up to Milton, and it's all I've ever wanted since. So it's and especially in such a special year, it means everything.
What do you think the club can do this year?
I think for us it's just about getting back to where we were. We were always up and about the top of the league. So my ambition and the team's ambition is always to win it. That's the only ambition that we have. So let's push on from this and see what we can do.
In East League 3, Gala YM had a home match against Liberton at Netherdale. It was a big home win for them by 40 points to 0. Alex Selkirk scoring a brace of tries, with Shane Kellett, Jason Graham, Kevin Anderson and Stephen Patterson also getting over the whitewash. And reaction now from the Gala YM camp.
Really good. Boys stuck in well. It's a great way to start the season. The training and everything that we've been doing has definitely brought us to have a victory like that. Definitely wasn't expecting it. We didn't know what would come to with Liberton, but overall we played the game plan that we wanted to play, and hopefully we'll carry that through the next games and keep building on it.
Fantastic, just great to be back. Just a lot of adrenaline, it's just exhilarating, I guess is the right word. Just fantastic. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with my words, but just fantastic to be back, especially after the long 18 months we had. Great to start a season like this, and hopefully we can kick on and recreate it week after week.
Also in East League 3, Earlston kicked off their season with a home match against Dalkeith. Reporting on this one, Simon Walton.
This was not the start that Earlston wanted at the Hawk this afternoon, going down 60 points to 5 to a very strong Dalkeith side. Earlston started off well with plenty of enthusiasm, and a Mark Stewart try from a tap penalty gave them their 5 points in the first period. But after that, the power of the visitors proved far too strong. Although it was a big defeat on the scoreboard, Captain Stephen Sesford says there were positives to take away from the game.
A couple. Our defence was well in the first half, and in the second half we thought they lost their structure. But we did have a good game, good key points to take on not next week but the week after. So I'm proud of the boys that went out there, the boys that turned up to 100% in, so that's all I can ask for.
There were 2 A games played today as well. Hawick Force played the first Reserve League game against Curry A, and it ended 29-19 to Hawick. We caught up with prop Nicky Little.
It was good. I really enjoyed it. All the young boys really stuck in well. One of the best of preparations. The boys stuck in well, so a good result.
At the Green Yards, in a warm-up between Melrose Storm and HERIOT'S A, HERIOT'S won a tight game by 24 points to 19. And we grabbed a few words from Ewan Lindsay, the captain and scrum half of Melrose Storm, after the game.
Really happy. I think first half we were in our shells. I thought we played a bit of individuals first half. Second half I thought we had a good talk. We talked it through. And we played what was in front of us, and I think we won the second half. And
of course, a nice hit out before it all starts next week.
All starts next week, yeah. So a good hit out. We'll look at the positives, a lot of positives to take in. We'll look at what we can work on. We'll hit the training ground Tuesday, Thursday. We'll go from there, and it's a solid squad and a solid start to the season for the Storm.
Finally today, the semi-junior Border League, and there were wins for Hawick Youth, Kelso Quins, Peebles Colts and Selkirk Youth Club. And that's as much as we can cram into the show. Don't forget our featured commentary game tomorrow afternoon, right here. Then on Thursday, our Borders Rugby in Focus show, which comes from Earlston. We'll have a Friday preview for you as well. And next week, our commentary game will be Peebles against Stumel in National 2.